Before the world knew him as an action icon, Bruce Willis was simply a quiet boy struggling to be heard. Growing up between Germany and New Jersey, his early life was shaped not by confidence, but by a severe stutter that made even simple conversations exhausting. School became a place of anxiety, where words felt like obstacles instead of tools. Yet something unexpected happened when he stepped onto a stage. Acting gave him freedom. The stutter disappeared, replaced by clarity and confidence. It wasn't just a hobby, it was a breakthrough. Through performance, he discovered a version of himself that could communicate, connect, and even entertain. That moment didn't just change his path, it gave him a voice he had been searching for all along. The long road before fame. Willis didn't arrive in Hollywood overnight. His journey was built on persistence and ordinary jobs that kept him grounded. He worked as a security guard and even tried private investigation before moving to New York City. There he lived modestly, chasing auditions while working as a bartender. But even behind the bar, he was performing, telling jokes, entertaining customers, and refining the charisma that would later define him. Rejection was constant, and success seemed distant. Casting directors didn't see him as a leading man. Still, he kept going. That period of struggle shaped his resilience. It taught him how to connect with people, how to adapt, and how to stay determined, even when recognition seemed out of reach. The breakthrough that changed everything. Everything shifted when Willis landed the lead role in the TV series Moonlighting. Playing the witty and unpredictable David Addison, he brought a fresh energy that audiences loved. His chemistry with Sybil Shepherd turned the show into a cultural phenomenon. Almost overnight, he became a household name. The same man who once struggled to speak was now known for rapid-fire dialogue and charm. Awards followed, including an Emmy, and doors began to open in Hollywood. Yet even at this peak, there was uncertainty. Television fame didn't always translate into film success. Willis stood at a crossroads, unsure if he could break into the next level of stardom. Becoming the everyman hero. That uncertainty disappeared with Die Hard. As John McClane, Willis redefined the action hero. Unlike the invincible figures audiences were used to, McClane was vulnerable, sarcastic, and human. He got hurt, made mistakes, and kept going anyway. That relatability made the performance unforgettable. The film's success launched Willis into global stardom and changed the genre itself. Suddenly, heroes didn't have to be perfect. They just had to be real. It was a role that blended humor, grit, and emotion, setting a new standard for action films. Willis wasn't just acting, he was reshaping expectations, proving that strength could coexist with vulnerability, love, fame, and pressure. As his career soared, his personal life became equally visible. His relationship with Demi Moore turned them into one of Hollywood's most talked about couples. Together, they tried to create a grounded life away from the spotlight, raising their daughters in a quieter environment. But fame has a way of following closely. Media attention, demanding schedules, and constant travel added pressure. While they remained committed to their family, the challenges of balancing public life and private happiness became harder to manage. Their eventual separation was handled with maturity and respect, setting an example of co-parenting that prioritized their children over public narratives. Reinvention through risk. In the mid-1990s, when critics began questioning his career choices, Willis took a bold step. He joined Pulp Fiction, a project that was far from mainstream at the time. Working with Quentin Tarantino allowed him to explore a different kind of storytelling. The film's success reminded audiences of his depth as an actor. He followed this with roles in The Sixth Sense and The Fifth Element, showcasing versatility beyond action. These choices weren't just career moves, they were statements. Willis proved he could evolve, take risks, and succeed in roles that demanded subtlety and emotional depth. A changing industry and quiet shifts. As the film industry evolved, so did Willis's career. The rise of franchises and changing audience tastes created new challenges for established stars. While he continued working steadily, subtle changes began to appear in his performances. Some roles felt less engaged, and critics started to question his choices. From the outside, it looked like a shift in priorities, but behind the scenes, something deeper was unfolding. The energy and sharpness that once defined him seemed harder to maintain. What many interpreted as disinterest was, in reality, part of a more complex and personal struggle that hadn't yet been fully understood. Understanding the diagnosis. In 2022, Willis's family shared that he had been diagnosed with aphasia, a condition affecting communication and cognitive abilities. This revelation changed how people viewed his recent work. The challenges he faced on set were no longer seen as lack of effort, but as signs of a serious medical condition. Later, the diagnosis was updated to frontotemporal dementia, a progressive illness that impacts behavior, language, and personality. The news brought both clarity and sadness. It highlighted the strength it took for him to continue working during that time, even as his abilities were changing. Family as strength and support. Throughout this journey, Willis has been surrounded by unwavering support from his family, his wife, Emma Hemming. Willis, his daughters, and even Demi Moore have come together to create a strong, unified presence. They've chosen openness, sharing moments that raise awareness and show the realities of caregiving. Their approach emphasizes compassion, patience, and love. Rather than retreating from the public eye, they've used their platform to bring attention to conditions that often go misunderstood. It's a reminder that behind every public figure is a deeply human story shaped by relationships and care, a legacy that endures. Bruce Willis's legacy extends far beyond box office, numbers, or iconic roles. He changed what it meant to be an action hero, blending strength with relatability. His performances continue to resonate because they feel genuine. Films like Die Hard and The Sixth Sense remain timeless, allowing audiences to revisit his work again and again. While his current journey is quieter, his impact remains powerful. He showed that courage isn't about being fearless. It's about continuing despite challenges. And in that sense, his story is still inspiring, reminding us that resilience can take many forms. Remembering the man behind the roles. Today, Bruce Willis is remembered not just as a star, but as a person who brought authenticity to everything he did. His journey, from a child struggling to speak to a global icon, reflects determination and heart. While his health has changed the course of his life, it hasn't erased what he gave to the world. His films, his humor, and his humanity remain. In the end, his story isn't defined by decline, but by everything he built along the way. And that is what continues to matter most.